Welcome to The Explainer. International trade can feel like this giant, tangled maze of rules. But honestly, sometimes the best way to figure it all out is to just follow one single thing on its journey. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're following a special enzyme from a lab in Canada all the way to Germany to pull back the curtain on all the hidden rules that really shape how things move around the globe.
Okay, so our story kicks off in Vancouver. We've got a biotech firm that's just hit a major home run. They're doing some really cutting-edge work in medical research, and they've made something that the whole world wants.
And this breakthrough? It's a super concentrated enzyme. Now, this isn't just some random component you'd find in any lab. Now, this is a really key ingredient for some pretty advanced medical research. The kind of stuff that can seriously speed up new discoveries.
Well, word gets out pretty fast. And before you know it, an order comes flying in from a research lab way over in Germany. For our Canadian company, this is huge news. We're talking a brand new market, a real chance for some serious growth.
So you just, pop it in a box and ship it out, right? Well, not so fast. This is exactly where a simple sale suddenly gets tricky. How does this Vancouver firm actually get their amazing enzyme over to Germany? Not just safely, but legally. That's the big question we're digging into today.
The second that order from Germany lands, a clock starts ticking. A whole bunch of obligations just kicks into gear for our Canadian exporter, and this is all happening long before the product even sees a shipping box.
And the first hurdle? It has nothing to do with shipping companies or customs forms. Nope. It's all about the enzyme itself, what it is, and, maybe more importantly, what else it could be used for. And that one little distinction, it changes absolutely everything.
And this is where we run into a really key idea in export controls, the dual-use dilemma. See, this enzyme has a hidden side to it, a complication that regulators are watching like a hawk.
So what in the world is a dual-use item? Well, think of it like this. It's a product that has a perfectly normal, legitimate job, in this case medical research, but it could also potentially be used for military purposes or something else harmful. The moment a product gets slapped with that label, it triggers a whole new level of scrutiny.
Right. So because this enzyme is considered dual use, the company has to do its homework. They've got to check Canada's official export control list to see if they need a permit. Then they have to make sure the German lab isn't on any government sanctions lists. All of a sudden, a simple business deal becomes a matter of national security, making sure Canada is sticking to its international agreements.
Okay, so with the security checks moving along, the next phase kicks in. It's time to create that all-important digital paper trail, the one that proves you're following the rules every single step of the way.
For anyone exporting from Canada, this number is a big deal, 2,000 Canadian dollars. Since this shipment is worth more than that, filing a formal electronic export declaration isn't just a good idea, it's the law. It's how the government keeps track of higher value goods leaving the country.
This really shows you how much things have changed. Not that long ago, this all meant filling out an old-school paper form, the B13A. But that way of doing things, it's completely gone. Today, it's all done through a mandatory government website called CEARS.
Right, CEARS, the Canadian Export Reporting System. Think of it as the government's one-stop shop for all this export data. It's where our Vancouver company goes to tell the Canada Border Services Agency, hey, we're sending this, prove they have the right permits, and give them all the details they need to greenlight the shipment.
So how does the company even begin to tackle this? Well, thankfully, it's a pretty clear 6-step workflow. This whole process makes sure they're properly registered, that the enzyme is correctly classified with something called an HS code, and that they get the permit before they even think about filing in CEARS. It's a system that's really built to stop mistakes before they happen.
Let's just pause on that HS code for a sec. The best way to think of it is like a universal passport for your product. It's a standard number code that customs officials all over the world use to know exactly what's in the box. Getting this code right is absolutely 100% critical for a smooth trip.
So inside that CEARS portal, the company plugs in all the key info. This is where they put the permit number they got from Global Affairs Canada, that's the proof of authorization. They enter the specific 8-digit HS code to classify the product, the value from the invoice, and of course, all the details for the German lab to confirm who it's going to.
And get this, the job isn't done even after the package is on the plane. The company is legally required to hang on to every single export record, permits, filings, invoices, you name it, for a full 6 years. This creates a totally transparent trail for any future audits, proving they did everything by the book long after the enzyme has been delivered.
Okay, so we've conquered the digital world. Now, let's get physical, because how the product is actually packaged is every bit as important as all that electronic paperwork.
Yeah, this is way more than just a cardboard box. For a sensitive biological material, the packaging itself is an active safety device. You need special insulation to control the temperature, absorbent material just in case something leaks, and big, clear hazard symbols. But the whole setup is guided by one critical document that has to travel with it.
And that document is the Safety Data Sheet, or SDS. You can think of this thing as the product's safety Bible. It spells out all the enzyme's properties, any potential dangers, in the exact correct way to handle it. This sheet literally travels with the shipment to keep everyone who touches it, from the courier to the lab tech, safe.
So after navigating all those security checks, the digital filing, and the specialized packaging, what's the big takeaway here? Let's connect all these different dots and look at the bigger picture.
This is the why behind all those hoops they had to jump through. See, a single successful export isn't just about one thing. It's doing a bunch of jobs at once. It's protecting national security. It's upholding international treaties. It's ensuring public safety. And it's gathering accurate data about trade. It really is a completely interconnected system.
This quote really just nails it, doesn't it? Compliance is a multifaceted process. Our Vancouver firm learned that having a permit is just the start. Real compliance means weaving together security, paperwork, and physical safety from the very beginning to the very end.
So the next time you pick up a product that came from another country, it kind of makes you wonder, right? What hidden complexities, what digital trails and safety rules shaped its journey to you? In our global world, there's an incredible story of compliance behind even the simplest things. Thanks for joining The Explainer.